Hello everyone, I am Lolly and I'm working with Grafix Arts today to bring you this super adorable TV shaker. It's retro, it's vintage, it is super fun. It stands up, and today I am using Grafix medium weight chipboard, computer graphics clear film for inkjet, and double tack mounting film, and also Duralar 0.10. Let's get started. So I'm using this paper pack by October Afternoon called 9 to 5, and I've chosen out this stripy paper. I'm using this die from Tim Holtz Sizzix. It's called Television Retro TV. So I don't know if you can see the cut lines in this. In order for this to stand up on its side, I need 9 layers of the cardstock. And so what I include in each layer is going to be different, so I had to write this out. So what I do is I measure for the front. I just want the TV and the legs. I don't need to have the legs in the stripe. So I do need to cut the cardboard properly, but with the legs. So your cardboard needs to be big enough to just to get the TV and the legs. So I just kind of marked here where that would be. On the back of my cardstock, I have the double tack mounting film. Just peel that off, put that right there. You want to give that a good burnish. And now when I run this through in my machine, I'm going to make sure that I at least get there, the TV, and then the feet will also be in there. I don't need the antennas. So each layer will be different. So when I get my big shot out, I need to remove all of this big platform there. I just need my cutting plates like this. I have a problem in that I didn't think about this. I can't run it through because this sticks out over the edge, so I'm going to trim this off. Sandwich that between 2 plates and run it through. And so here's what we have, and just trim off the little bit of antenna, and I don't need this, but how cute to use as an embellishment later. And so if you look on the die, we also have extra feet there, and that's so you can cut out like the color you want. This part here can come out if you want, or leave it in there. I think I will leave it in. I may have to glue it in place. And so now, from now on, up until the 9 one, I don't need to put cardstock on these anymore. So for the next one, I just need plain cardstock, and I need the legs again. So I will run this through again. When that goes through, it goes through. Here is the other one. Cut off the antennas. And the reason I'm cutting the antennas off is that I want my antennas to kind of be in the middle of my project here. So then we're going to take our glue. Let's fix any areas that didn't cut right. And we're going to glue that to this one. Before I do that, I just realized I need to have a piece of Duralar here. I'm using the Duralar that's 0.10, and I'm just putting this here to give myself an idea how much to cut. Almost forgot. And I'm making sure that it's not so big that it sticks out over the TV. Okay, so now we're going to apply fresh glue here. You can use this Barely Art glue on your Duralar, which is a really cool benefit of it. Now this is what's turning it into a shaker here. Now we're going to glue this. Push down, and you do want to make sure you get your excess glue off of the Duralar there if you've got any sticking out. So again, on my instructions, cardstock on front, include legs, add Duralar to back. The next layer, number 2, is plain, no cardstock, include legs. Number 3 is plain, include antenna. So what I think I'm going to do is clamp this. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I'm not going to show the actual cutting of each layer. I'm going to get them all cut out and then assemble it on video. So here are the other pieces I have cut off. The 3rd and 4th are plain with the antenna. So plain meaning no cardstock here, but I did add silver cardstock on the top, so these will get glued together. 5 is plain, but we're going to add a printed, it's not going to be Duralar, but it is going to be one of their plastics, and it's their printable sheets. And we're going to add that, and then the next 2 are also plain, and then we have plain including the legs. And then the last one is cardstock on the back. So I put the cardstock here when I ran the die through, and you do need the legs, but we're going to cover those up. And then we're going to add Duralar to that. So let's go ahead and assemble these. We have these 2 here, and this is layers 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 have the antenna. I'll just tell you on this die, that antenna was very hard to get out of the die once it's cut, so be aware of that. It's kind of difficult. I did want 2 layers because I knew the antenna needed that extra strength. Okay, and then these get glued on, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there. Now for the next one, I did print out on computer graphics clear film for inkjet, but you need to make sure that you're putting it in so that you're printing on the kind of the rougher side there. I just thought this would be adorable, and I printed Graphics and Lolly Craft Tutorial to make it look like that's what you're watching on television. So let's cut that out. I'm going to lay this behind there. I'm going to put this toward the top. Let's look and see how that's going to work here. Okay, looks pretty good. So this is going to go on the back here, but first I'm going to put shaker bits in there. Now I have a lot of these shaker bits from Queen & Co. Flatten that out. Okay, now the next layer that's going to go in here is going to be just a plain one with no legs. And so I'm going to glue that printed stuff to the front there like that. Okay, then I'm going to, now I can't flip this upside down, it's got all the shaker bits in it, so I'm going to flip this over onto that. There we go. So that is our layer 5. So we have 2 more planes and a plane with legs. We're going to glue those together, put them on top, fill them with more shaker bits, and then put the back on with Duralar. Now I'm going to give you a screen toward the end of this with the layers there so that you can take a screenshot of those, so don't panic. Now, while that's setting up, I'm going to do something here. I did go back and cut some legs out. I just use this light aqua, and I am using this jewel picker tool. So that's the back. And we'll get our Duralar on here. That's the thick acetate blend. That will really give strength here. Okay, now we can put this on there. Flip her over and glue that on, and then we're going to do more shaker bits. Now we have so many layers so that this can stand up on its own. So that is going to be so cute. Here's what we'll do. We'll put something heavy on it like that. All right, more shaker bits, and then this. And now this. So what we have 2 layers of chipboard in the front legs, 2 layers in the back legs, and that gives it stability when it's standing up. I would advise going ahead and doing 3 layers or 4 of the antenna because they do feel a little on the weak side. Okay, now we're going to do our book and weight that down, and then we will finish by decorating the front. Okay, so it is so adorable. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. And so now we're just going to put these things on the front. Now they're also in the same die, but I noticed that because I have horizontal stripes, this is kind of getting lost. So I'm going to glue this on the back. And then there were these 2 knobs, and I used the cardstock on that, and same method. I put a cream color one on the front and lime on the back to give it dimension, like a really good knob that you're going to turn on your funky television. And then we have these legs. This project has been designed using the Grafix Arts products that I listed in the beginning, and I think you're going to love working with them, especially their clear films are so good. They're so professional, and looky there. So there is our project. Is that adorable or what? Oh my goodness, if you love shakers, you are going to enjoy this. So grab your supplies, get crafting, and here is that list right now for all the layers here. You can get a screenshot. You'll be able to make one of these just the same. Isn't this so fun? I think you're going to have a blast.